Hello, I hope that this is going to work okay. Excuse the titties, they're very there. But yeah, I just wanted to do a little update. And we're definitely, I would say, midway through February now. This is really annoying. Definitely midway through February at this point. And so I kind of wanted to do like a January recap and a little chat about February. So January, very little kind of went to plan in January. I cannot remember the main things that I planned to do. The main things being going to this dating event, which I never ended up going to in the end, because I ended up going on a Hinge date instead. So, and that didn't work out. So, that I don't know whether to kind of get back on the horse and still try and go to these like speed dating type things. I don't know. But yeah, kind of going into what I had said I was going to do in February. So one of the things was swimming. I still haven't been swimming yet. I still have not been swimming yet. In fact, I think I was meant to do that in January. I still haven't been, which is really bad. Mainly because I've already got my membership and I'm just wasting it now. And these aren't the times for that. These aren't the times to be doing that. So I'm feeling the pressure to get swimming. And the other thing that I did, which may end up needing a whole video in itself, was I tried something new that I didn't I wouldn't say came away like being like, tried something new and I loved it, woo, live life. It was, so I wanted to try and see if I could learn how to play the bass. So I went for a taster session quite far away from where I live, but I was just like, it's not going to be that far on the train on a Monday after work. It's not going to be that bad. Oh, but it was freezing and it was raining, and so Google Maps said it's 10 minutes, a 10-minute walk from the station. Tell me why I was walking for over half an hour until I reached the pin on the map. The pin on the map the pin on the map was not the location. So the postcode that they gave was not the location. It was about 30 to 40 minutes away in the cold, freezing rain. So I got to this random building and I said to this man, just lucky that he was really, really nice. I said, is this, the building for learning to play instruments? He said, no. And he got his phone out to check. And he said, yeah, this is at that church, which is, and he kind of described how far away it was. And I thought, fuck, that's a long way back. Luckily, I had enough time. And so walked there, got there, and I had this taster bass session. And all I'm going to say is that for me, it wasn't the most, wow, that was so fun, that was so good, I would so do that again experience. I felt like a total idiot. Like, I felt like I did not know what I was doing at all. And I don't mean in terms of playing the instrument, I mean in terms of holding the instrument. I I felt so incapable. I felt like every single thing I did was wrong. Um, and I'm only going to say this because I'm not saying who, or I'm not naming anybody. I kind of somewhat felt that the teacher was kind of making me feel that everything I was doing was wrong. The thing was, I think everything I was doing was wrong. It was kind of being like, it didn't feel like the most helpful teaching, because the way I came away feeling was like, was like, I am physically incapable of doing this. Physically incapable of just holding this instrument correctly, let alone playing it. So, in that sense, I had quite a big confidence knock, which is not really what I kind of intended for 2025. But this is actual real life, and I think that I don't I don't want to pretend, because this is real life, and that's not what this is for. And I think that if there's anybody out there watching thinking, I want to try new things but I'm a bit nervous, and all you see is people trying new things and loving it, yeah, that is great, because that will make you go out and try new things. But also, the reality of trying something that you have never, ever, ever done before, especially as a fully grown adult, is that you might suck at it. You might suck at it, and it might not be the best, most fun experience. And I guess I don't want people to feel weird about that, in the same way that I feel weird sometimes when I try something and I really can't do it. I feel like, I wish I could see more people at this stage of the journey, because I wonder how many people give up at that stage. So this is really annoying, but anyway, a lot of people give up there, and I can't say whether that's where my journey ends, or whether it won't end there and I will eventually get to a point where I'm like, actually, maybe I just need a different teacher. Maybe I just need to practice on my own without someone watching me, like all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I wouldn't say that was fun, but these videos for me are not about being anything other than truthful. So yeah, I didn't love it. I didn't love it. But that's life, and we'll see what that means from here. I don't know if it's going to be something that I am going to try and pick up later down the line, whether I'm going to get a second wind and be like, yeah, let's go again, or what. But either way, whatever I do, I would like to talk about if it's something I enjoy, if it's something I don't. And then other than that, the only other thing that I have planned for February is to send off some university applications. And I have been procrastinating that like a mofo, and I've been procrastinating just about everything. Procrastinating just about everything, basically. That's the gist. Can I stop procrastinating? That's what I want to know. Oh yeah, speaking of that, so the CBT that I did has come to an end, and even though there are so many challenges that I want to overcome, I would say that the CBT was overall really helpful. In some ways, the most helpful things about it were making me value going to bed earlier, for one. And the other thing was just about reframing my thoughts, trying to kind of spot when I'm going down a quite a unhelpful thought pattern and reframing it. And even though I am so far away from being able to be proficient at that at all times, I have to say that compared to when I reached out to this guy, I am to some extent more confident in myself, especially at work. Even though I still have some kind of like insecurity demons, I would say I'm quite a bit more confident. So maybe at some point I'll do a whole video on that and recommend the guy that I spoke to. In fact, I'll put it in the description. But yeah, so so the CBT was good. The CBT was absolutely good, and I would recommend it. If you feel like you need a confidence boost or just any kind of things that you would like to kind of change in your life. Swimming. Okay, these are sort of my questions for the end of February. You know, have I been to at least one flipping swimming session? Have I done any of these university applications? And honestly, if I've done that, I'll be happy. I will be happy. And then at which point I'm gonna have a little think about what I'm gonna be doing in March. Again, I do understand that this video probably seems like the strangest thing to make a video about, like, what am I thinking of doing next month? That's basically what this is. But it's just like a video diary. It's just like a diary, but in video form. So yeah, that's the reality of a true introvert in their 30s, trying new things and kind of falling off the horse, off the boat, off the this, off that. Lots of failing. Lots of failing. But don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to fail. I feel like if you want to live life, don't be afraid to fail. Probably fail lots. And somewhere along the lines you'll succeed. So yeah, that's February so far.